Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be sharing my cesarean section story and how I ended up having a cesarean section. I had a pretty normal pregnancy. Most people said I was lucky because I didn't experience some pregnancy symptoms like vomiting, all those sleeping, spitting. I didn't have that experience, but almost all the time I was nauseous. I had this bitter taste in my mouth and I had crazy constipation and also heartburn, and that made me so uncomfortable, like very uncomfortable. I had fear of eating. I was always hungry though, but certain food seemed to trigger my heartburns and bloating and constipation. It wasn't funny at all, but all in all they were quite manageable. I refused to live on drugs trying to ease my constipation. No, I didn't agree to do that, so I just went the other route. I had to constantly eat vegetables and take fruits, then try to watch my body to know which food was making my heartburn was. Once I eat, it was like problem for me. As soon as I eat, it was terrible for me. It was not a nice experience, but aside that, I had a beautiful pregnancy experience. I didn't have swollen legs. I was super active. I was a super active mom. I went to work till the very day I was to have my baby. It was a beautiful experience. But fast forward to, I think, my 37 weeks, my mother-in-law looked at me and then she told me that I still look full, like my baby bump was supposed to be moving downwards, and she noticed it was not. She said it's looking hanging, like it's not looking like the baby is facing down enough. Like maybe she was trying to say the baby was not fully engaged. And I had just come back from antenatal and they told me that I was fine and that everything is okay and I was supposed to go into labor anytime soon. That was my 37 weeks, that from 38, 39, 40 weeks I should have delivered my baby. Fast forward to, I guess, my 39 weeks. Yeah, I think my 39 weeks. Yeah, but I shall know that that day was one of my EED dates. That was the date I was given to at least have my baby. Which, please guys, she just wouldn't let me rest. So that was the day I was given to have my beautiful baby girl. But unfortunately, I wasn't having any labor sign. I wasn't feeling like anything close to labor. I felt normal. All the signs that I was told I was going to experience, none, nothing. But I was calm, although I was searching online to know what would have made me not to have been experiencing anything labor all this time, which was pretty a little bit disturbing to my husband. I had suggestions. Most people asked me to pound the yam. Some asked me to climb pedestrian bridge, which I did. I even had to walk long distance, yet there was no baby sign. And I was very fit and constantly I was exercising my body, but still I didn't have any labor sign. It was quite disturbing. Then fast forward to the next week again, I went for antenatal and I was advised to also have an induction. I said I can wait till the next week. I was given a pregnancy kick count chart to count my baby's kicks and to also be an alert if I don't feel my baby move. She was doing fine. We went for scan to calculate my water plug to see if it's still sufficient and to check if the placenta is still healthy to carry me to the next week, hoping that I'm going to labor. I was also asked to do a vaginal sweep, which I did. I'll feel like I want to have cramps, but after some minutes it will stop. Then I think it was around my 41 weeks. I took risk. I took risks. If I had seriously known it was going to end in cesarean section, I was going to do it earlier. I was just hoping to see if something like a miracle was going to happen, which it did not. So the next week, I prepared my bag myself. I went to see my doctor, and then he said, "Madam, it is an induction. You're going to have an induction. I won't let you leave this hospital today. You have to have this baby. We have to induce you." Then I agreed because I was already 41 weeks. I had to agree to that. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to have her normal VJ delivery, because based on what people said, that if you have a normal VJ delivery, the pain easily goes away quickly and you can work on your body better and faster because you don't have any injuries. There's no injuries for you to wait to heal, so you can work on your body and it heals easily. I wanted a VJ delivery anyways, but I think God had other plans for me. Fast forward till in the evening, I was told I was going to have my induction by 8 p.m. They did all the necessary checks. I was fine for induction, though one of the nurses looked at me and was like, "This baby did not engage. It's not well engaged into your cervix, and because the baby position is still too high for someone that is 41 weeks, that even if I'm giving an induction, most times it's 50-50. If labor did not still occur, that I would have to go in for CS." I was like, what's the point? And I heard induction is very painful. Why should I go through all that pain when I can then go directly to having a CS? My husband had to calm me down and told me I should just believe I will go into labor. Then 8 o'clock, after I had my dinner, I had dinner 6:30, 8 o'clock, I was already in the theater where I was given hot drip. They checked me, they did me a vaginal sweep for the second time, and they were just calm and waiting. Then the doctor suddenly said, "Let him check my baby's heartbeat." Hey, it was reading 250, very high, very, very high. That was when he then insisted that this baby is how do I put it then? How did he used a term? He was like, "This baby is on distress." Yes, that was the term he used. "This baby is on distress and it's better we go in for a CS now." I was given a CS form which I signed, and then I was wheeled to the theater. The beautiful thing about CS is in 30 minutes my baby was out. Yeah, I could hear her crying. Her voice was so big. It wasn't even sounding like a new baby's voice. They were all like, "Why is this baby crying like this?" It was so loud. Then they cleaned her up and then they began to stitch me up. I think everything ended around both when they took me to the recovery room, everything. I was wheeled to a normal delivery ward around 12 a.m. in the morning. So that was how I ended up having a CS. Why am I sharing this story? Sometimes exercise, eating this, eating that might not work if something is wrong. In my case, she had a cord on her neck. Yes, she had a cord on her neck that was holding her from dilating. She had already tied her cord around her neck. I don't know why the scan didn't pick that. I thought scan was supposed to, but scan did it. But they brought her out with a cord on her neck. And also, thank God for the doctor's intervention. If I had kept pushing and maybe entered into labor during the induction, I might have lost the baby, because we don't know how long the labor will last. And she had already passed meconium. That means she had already passed her first stool in the womb, which is very dangerous. Of course, you know, once baby starts eating their meconium in the womb, they don't survive. But I thank God, and I also want to encourage women that CS is a very beautiful invention, since it helps save both mother and baby's life. So don't be scared. If if CS is your option, please just do it. Just do it. And I'll also be sharing in my next video the pain in my recovery process. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.